Hi again, everybody. It's Inside the Cardinal Playbook, the football coaches show for William Jewell College football. Tim Crone, a tough outing for the Cardinals in many ways, an entertaining game in many ways. More than 1,200 total yards of offense between Jewell and the Cardinals as Indianapolis continues undefeated in the conference.
What was amazing on that, Rick, was both teams almost average a first down on every snap. I've never done a game, coached a game, or played in a game like that in my life. 65 years old, never seen anything like it. But we did, again, came on the short end, played well in a lot of areas. But back to my point that I've said all year, and I think Shawn will agree with me, consistency for 4 quarters is what we need.
Well, and, it's such a strange deal because we matched them big play for a long time. They just kind of overwhelmed us on defense where we're a little shorthanded right now.
Yeah, we were a little thin. And this is the first ball game in, and me and you lived and died with this. We know about it, that we've been a little short as far as depth-wise at the end of the year. This is the first time this year that ugly thing rose his head, and really the depth on defense hurt us a little bit.
Well, Indianapolis certainly put on a show, but we had a couple of kids that did pretty well also, as Mullins and West, very good, along with the entire offense. And we'll be back and talk to head coach Shawn Weigel when we continue Inside the Cardinal Playbook.
If you're in a collision, why call Wickland's Car Star and we will walk you all the way through it. We do have a 24/7. That means that we have a live person on the telephone 24/7 and they will help you.
Every vehicle we repair comes with a 5-year nationwide guarantee. If you decide to retire and move to Florida, your warranty actually transfers to any one of the 250 plus Car Star locations nationwide. Choose Wickland's Car Star to get the best auto body guarantee in town.
Cardinal fans, welcome to this edition of Inside the Cardinal Playbook. Coach, I'm an old man. I'm going to on Medicare here in just about 30 days, so I've been around, and never have I coached, never have I played, never have I announced or did a game where there was 1,270 yards total offense. Each team averaged, you guys averaged like 9.2, and they averaged 9.1 per play, which means it's a first down on every play for 123 plays or 20, whatever it was. I've never seen that, and it was a quick game on top of everything else. It defied odds.
Yeah, it did, and really the only time I want to do that again is if the roles are reversed.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, it was exciting. I mean, there were a lot of big plays, and it was a situation where a couple offenses were going at one another the entire game, and you don't want to be in that situation.
A true shootout.
Yeah. We don't want to be in that situation. That's not how we want to win going forward. If you have to sometime, that's fine, but it's certainly not if you were to take it in a crystal ball and script it in a perfect game, that you're not in that situation. Because once the other ball is
being dominated.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth of it. On the positive side, Anthony Mullins is one of the leaders in the conference in total yards. I had him at about 387, 390 total offense, both receiving and returning kickoffs. Magnificent day for Anthony Mullins.
Yeah, no doubt. Ant played really, really well, and he's been solid all throughout, and I think he was 1 yard short of 200 yards receiving. That day at 199. So
that is correct.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go back through the film and see if they statted it right, and maybe there's another yard in there somewhere. Yeah. But no, he played exceptionally well. On the other hand, the other side of that is that Nick West getting him the ball, completing some deep balls, and we just missed real early on one that was just off the fingertips. That would have been an extremely hard catch, or just to take a little bit off of it. And there's another big one for Anthony. But he's tough in space, and so we're gonna.
Well, he's very good in space.
Yeah.
And Nate Ngaro, a senior. Let's give him kudos too. He played like a senior. And I thought Thomas Cook at the end, in the fourth quarter, really. Let's give those two seniors some props on offense, because I thought they really finished strong here at home.
No doubt.
In the last quarter.
Nate had a really good game. Got 2 touchdowns, and that last one was pretty exciting. It was just on a little Houston and go. We call it Houston Sky.
That was a lot of just him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because there was 3 guys that I think he made run into one another and then continued down. So that was a pretty exciting play. And then Cook comes in and he does a good job there late. And he had been there early and done some really good things too. He ran like the Cook we used to see and know. And so maybe that's back for the next 3 games.
Yeah, he did a nice job, and you couldn't do that without the offensive line. And I think that you have to make. We've had some situations where there's been some injuries, and during the course of the game, you have to substitute and you play a couple of different line looks. But it seems to me like we've done it so much that we pretty much are pretty comfortable with when we have to make those switches.
Yeah, there's 7 guys that can right now, 7.5, 7, 8, maybe 8 that can really step in and play well. And I want there to be 10 guys, that you can roll a whole different line in there if you need to and keep everybody fresh. But they did a nice job. We gave up 1 sack, and that's not an easy task with Indy's personnel. And they were twisting we can't prepare for their twisting until you actually see it.
Yeah. And they're big. They're huge up front. Again, let's talk a little bit about the defensive side. I thought this was the first game. As a matter of fact, I bragged on this show several times about our particular front 7, particularly the guys up front. We have 8 guys we rotated in for various reasons, injury and otherwise. We've had people that we were slim. We were down to about 5 guys to rotate in. And then the secondary, we were even slimmer. And I thought this was the first time, and I used to know this 2 or 3 years ago when you first started being a Division II team playing at this level, that the depth really hurt us. This is the first time all year I felt like maybe the depth got us a little bit because of injuries. Yeah,
it did. That's one thing, that I don't want to say we're handcuffed, but when you don't have those guys behind them, you expect more of them, and they got to give you more, but they got to do it on more plays, and that's extremely difficult, especially against a team that is as big and moves as well as Indy does up front. I mean, they're good. They're really good, and I don't know if we were completely healthy that that they still wouldn't have had some success. It would have been more difficult, but they're a good football team. We couldn't find a weakness on them, and so it's something that we just we're going to have to deal with the next couple of weeks and play a few more people, maybe move some people around and get some depth back, and so we can get a break. And because that's when we were good up front, is when we had guys
we were very good.
We could roll in and they were fresh, and in the next series or a couple plays later, you're back in because you're fresh.
And we didn't have that ability against the team. It's been a long time. I do Friday night games for Blue Springs. It's been a long time since I've seen anybody on either level line up and double tight with an I formation and a true fullback who's really an H back when they go spread, really run what I was used to when I coached. I mean, it was power football. They just knocked you off the ball.
Yeah.
And really, that's almost like back in the day when somebody used to run the single wing against us. It was so different, and that's what you're facing because everybody's in the spread looks now. Well, we're going to come back in the next segment and talk a little bit about the last 2 games of the year and talk about going to Lincoln this weekend. So that ends this segment of Inside the Cardinal Playbook.
At National Bank of Kansas City, we're all about you. Like you can bank 24/7 with online banking and online bill pay. And you can deposit checks anywhere, anytime with mobile deposit. And yes, you can receive the amazing 5-star customer-rated National Bank of Kansas City You Matter experience.
Truck Central is a company driven to provide an exceptional experience to each and every customer. And I know that National Bank of Kansas City is too. I'm Jeff Bloss, president of Truck Central. Central. I'm in business for the long haul, and National Bank of Kansas City hit the ground running from day one, identifying ways to help my business thrive. I'm confident that I matter at National Bank of Kansas City.
Ready to bank where you matter? Visit bankofkc.com or call us at 913-905-2100 or 816-407-0300 to find the branch nearest to you. National Bank of Kansas City, a place where you matter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Client testimonial, not a paid endorsement. Ratings on Zillow.com. Standard data rates apply.
Cardinal fans, welcome back to this segment inside the Cardinal Playbook. And Coach, this Saturday we're heading down. I believe it's a 1 o'clock start. We play Lincoln, our last conference football game before we end the season, going to Rapid City to play South Dakota School of Mines. And Lincoln had a tough time last week with McHenry. Not that everybody else hasn't had a hard time, because McHenry's a really good football team. Again, we had a 3-game winning streak. I thought we had a real shot at Truman. We get 1,200, I don't know how many yards on offense, 670 or whatever it was.
We had more than they did.
Yeah, you had more than they did. I knew that. Matter of fact, I was talking to their fans out in the parking lot after the game. They said they've never seen a game with that much yardage. But you did a lot of good things going into the Lincoln game. That's my point. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about what you're looking forward to this week?
Yeah, it's just another opportunity to learn more about our team and how we respond after dropping a couple here in a row, and in the last home game we get to go on the road again, and so it's a challenge. It's another challenge for our kids to respond, and I have an opportunity to go win a football game, but you have to play well and you have to prepare well all week. So, but Lincoln, they had a different experience last week with McHenry. McHenry's a good football.
They're very good.
And that's a team that had us 41-10 at half, I think, before we started to come around as a team. But they did some good things, and they also earlier in that ball game, maybe mid-second quarter, they replaced their quarterback. The guy that came in gave them a little spark. And they didn't end up scoring, but they moved the ball pretty well all the way until the red zone. So we expect to see him this weekend, and just because of the life he gave to him.
This is a process. We talk about you got to keep, whittling away with the wood, keep hammering and knocking at the door and all those cliches you go through. But, it is a shot in the arm if you could win out here the last 2 ball games.
Yeah, it would be great. We go down with 3-4 in the league, so if we get to 500 in the league, that would be an accomplishment. Again, to be at 500 or better in a couple of years in a row. But we're going to have to go play well. And it's on the road. I've never been there. We've never played at Lincoln, so it'll be a different experience. And I expect our team to respond well, and they'll always play hard. But we just need to be fast and in the right places.
Yeah, and in this time of year, what I really like about all you guys up here, Jill, you don't make excuses. Every ball club at this time of year has injuries.
Yeah.
And we are starting to play a few guys. I know my boy Zach Robinson from Blue Springs getting in there and doing well on specialties, but you are starting to play. My point is some kids that didn't play earlier.
Yeah, we're getting to that point, and everybody's at that point in the season.
Absolutely.
And if you're not, then you're very, very fortunate. But there's little dings and bumps and things that go on, especially when you get 8, 9, 10 weeks of the season.
Yeah, it's a tough game. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. Well, Coach, we'll see you down there. Me and Merrick definitely will be down and looking forward to another conference win, and it would be nice to end the conference season at 500 4-4, and we're looking forward to that. It will be a 1 o'clock start. Hey, we've had a great following, some of them your family going down, but it's been a lot of fun this season. And again, the tailgating, hopefully everybody come down. If they don't, maybe they can listen to us, catch us. But good luck to you again. We'll see you down there on Saturday at 1 o'clock down at Lincoln University. That ends this segment of Inside the Cardinal Playbook.
I'm Rachel Callaghy, founder of Welcome Opportunities, the Northland's only new resident target marketing firm that makes in-person visits to the people who move to our community from out of the area. We're the only local advertising option that guarantees you'll make more money through our service than you invest with us. Learn more about our service and our results guarantee by calling me today or visit us on the web at welcomeopportunities.com.
Members of this year's Cardinal Sportscasters Club include...
This is Sabrina McIntosh of U.S. Health Advisors, where our motto is hope, helping other people every day. We'll answer your questions and clear up the confusion about current healthcare issues. Call me on my cell, 515-490-3883.
Advanced Logistics and Fulfillment is a local company that assembles point-of-purchase displays. They are proud to say that 5 William Jewell graduates are valued employees. Advanced Logistics and Fulfillment, 8800 East Underground Drive in Kansas City.
Back inside the Cardinal Playbook after you hear from Coach Shawn Weigel. Now, Tim, we look forward, as you did with Coach, to Lincoln University, and it sounds like they're not going to be as big of a challenge, certainly as Indianapolis. Then we end the season on the road at the School of Mines in South Dakota. So, as you said, a couple of winnable games for the Cardinals to wrap up 2015.
Yeah, I know the Cardinals would like to do that too. End up with a 5-6 record, 4-4 in the conference. Very similar to last year. We do see improvement in a lot of areas. We'll get that depth if we can recruit the kids and get the program going where it needs to be. And I personally think it's definitely heading in the right direction.
Lincoln University will be a league game for us in the GLVC, our final GLVC game of the year, and then the non-conference game against School of Mines. If you're following the Cardinals and can't be in Jefferson City Saturday, Tim and I will have the play-by-play starting with the pregame show at 12:30 Saturday afternoon, kickoff from Jefferson City at 1 o'clock. Thanks for joining us again this week inside the Cardinal Playbook. We'll see you again next time.